The following is a special presentation of Big Polly's World of Sports Sims, alternating the reality of sports and entertainment since 2020. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our latest installment of the Hometown Football League. We kick off the next to last week of the regular season. This is week 17, the first game of week 17, and this will be our 81st game. Quick look at the standings and the leaders before we head to New York for the Pittsburgh, New York game. In the East, Washington is now tied with New York at 12 and 4. Pittsburgh and Baltimore 9 and 7. All 9 and 7 teams right now, as things stand, would make the playoffs. That will probably change with the upcoming couple of weeks. New England won back 8 and 8. Buffalo, mathematically, they still have a shot at 7 and 9, but Carolina and Philadelphia will wait until next year with 5 and 11 and 3 and 13 marks. In the South, Dallas leads by 1 over Miami, 2 over Tampa Bay and Atlanta. Houston is 1 back. They will have a game against Tampa Wednesday here on the HTFL Season 2 Big Polly's World of Sports Sims channel. We have Detroit and St. Louis coming at you tomorrow. The best of a worst package of games, I guess you could say. We got Houston at 8 and 8, New Orleans 7 and 9, still mathematically alive. Jacksonville and Tennessee both out 4 and 12 and 1 and 15 respectively. Cleveland has the best record right now in the HTFL, 13 and 3. Chicago is 12 and 4, Minnesota 10 and 6, Cincinnati 9 and 7. St. Louis with a mathematical chance, so that's why we're going to cover them this week. They're 7 and 9. Detroit is 6 and 10, Green Bay 6 and 10. Indianapolis 4 and 12, Detroit, Green Bay, and New Orleans all waiting until next year. In the West, it's San Francisco at 12 and 4 over Kansas City at 11 and 5. Denver 10 and 6. Las Vegas 9 and 7. The remaining teams in the West have no shot. Arizona, Seattle, San Diego, and Los Angeles at 5 and 11. After making the playoffs last year, will not make the playoffs this year. So on to our game. Pittsburgh and New York. A 32-degree January day at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. I will play as New York. The computer will play as Pittsburgh. And we had this game, I don't know if it was on the YouTube channel or on PayHip. I think I was still doing PayHip games back then. It's Roethlisberger against Y.A. Tittle. The coin flip will go New York's way. They will defer until the second half, which is a smart thing to do, really. New York in blue, Pittsburgh in white. Woodson, Chandois, and Dudley all back to kick, waiting to kick. And it's going to be Woodson taking it at the 4, moves it up to the 26, a gain of 22 yards. Right now, this is the only project I'm doing. I made an announcement about putting the other projects on hiatus, at least for the time being, with my mother being ill, which is nothing new. She's been ill since September, but I went to see her on Thursday, and it's not looking good. So I'm just going to keep one project going. This will be it. I'll also keep my podcast going and my Life with Ella series where I follow my cat around. So, first and 10 at the 26, which makes me a crazy cat dude, I guess. Your starting lineups is Bettis and Johnson at running back, Brown and Ward at wideout, Miller at tight end, Roethlisberger the quarterback, and your line is Kolb, Faneca, Webster, DeCastro, and Jackson. We'll see what Pittsburgh would make it at 9 and 7, but I'm sure they would want to win a few games here at the end. A gain of 7, and that puts Big Ben over the 4,000-yard passing mark. Glenn on the stop for New York. They play a 3-4 defense. Strahan, Gastineau, and Weinmeister are your front three. Taylor, Huff, Carson, Lewis, your linebackers, four of them. And it's Revis and Glenn, Patton, and Tennell in your defensive backfield for the New York Football Giants, a combination of the Giants, the Jets, the Yankees, the Titans. And I don't think we have any Brooklyn Dodgers on the team, and maybe we should. 2nd and 3 at the 33. Yes, there was a football team once called the Brooklyn Dodgers, played in the AAFC. John Henry Johnson gaining 6 yards there. Harry Carson making a tackle. It is 1st and 10 at the 39. Very opening moments of this game, Week 17. And New York has recovered a fumble. Mark Gastineau forcing a fumble by Ben Roethlisberger, and he not only forced a fumble, he pounced right down on it. So it's 1st and 10, New York at the Pittsburgh 36. This week and next week, and then we start the playoffs, and we'll try to get the playoffs done expediently. For New York, it's Barber, Triplett, Beckham Jr. Those are your running backs, as I adjust my camera here, which isn't really showing me all that well. Those are your running backs. Now, this is the base formation when they play with 2 running backs, 2 wideouts, and a tight end. Beckham Jr. and Powell are the wideouts. Tucker is the tight end. Tittle is the quarterback, and your line is Brown, Snee, Mangold, Younts, who doubles as the punter, and Hill. So this is a battle-tested New York squad. They are now 12 and 4. They got off to a very slow start in the early part of the regular season. And we're going to send Barber into the line off tackle right side. It's a good defense for Pittsburgh. And it is Greenwood, Hayward, Green, Mean Joe Green, and Hampton, your front 4. Your linebackers are Ham, Lambert, and Joey Porter. Your defensive backs are Woodson, Blunt, Palamalu, and Shell. 2nd and 6 from the 32. And we'll go triplets way, trap left, just to keep everybody guessing a little bit. They were keying on Barber, which is why I went to triplet. I thought they might. Lambert stuffs him for a 1-yard loss. So 3rd and 7, that brings George Sauer into the game. And we're going to go his way on a medium crossing route. Tittle is going to have to run. He wasn't getting the protection he liked. And Mel Blunt's going to stay in the game after being injured. Dudley tackled Tittle. And it's 4th and 5 from the 31. Now, New York has wind disability here, I guess you could say. They're kicking into the wind, but it's better than a 50-50 shot that Nugent can hit from 48. And the minority won on that. So no score, 11:08. Recording this April 25th, 2022, the day that it appears that Elon Musk has bought Twitter. And we're very happy about that. Well, I am anyway. 1st and 10 about the 38. I haven't contacted Ella the cat for her assessment. Gain of 6 for Jerome Bettis out of Notre Dame. And on the tackle there was Michael Strahan, who has been in outer space. Speaking of Elon Musk, and they're going to have a space shot Wednesday morning, it appears. Sending a crew to the International Space Station, like very early our time, 3:30 in the morning or so, Wednesday morning. 2nd and 4 at the 44. Quick throw looking for Antonio Brown, tipped by Revis, an incomplete pass. 3rd and 4. Everybody's still reeling over Angel Hernandez blowing a call against Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber immediately ejected and immediately got tossed. And there's a whole bunch of controversy surrounding Angel Hernandez and some of his goofs over the years. And maybe it's time they bring in automatic strike zone detectors or something like that, because you have too many rogue umpires in Major League Baseball. And among the other things that are killing the game, like stopping with the ships and bringing a ghost runner in the second, they're destroying the game slowly but surely. And maybe that's by design. I don't know. I'm not a sports conspiracy theorist. So on the last play, it went to Miller, complete for 8 yards. 1st and 10 at the 48. I would love to be a sports conspiracy theorist, but I don't know much about the conspiracies. Carson spinning down John Henry Johnson for no gain. Spit it out, Paulie. Second and 10 at the 48, 9:30 left, opening quarter. Johnson, 1 yard gain. Gastineau on the tackle. He does a little dance. Third and 9 at the 47. A throw looking for Ward, incomplete. Miller hurt. He has stubbed his toe. His return is questionable. Looked more like a stubbing to me on that field turf. Fourth and 9 at the 47. We will set up for a fake punt in case that comes. It's not going to come. Safe punt return here by Tennell is what we're hoping for. And the ball was caught by Tennell. He stepped out of bounds. He lost 4 yards. So the punt went 36 and the net was 40 because there was a 4-yard loss. As Tennell was caught flat-footed, I guess you could say. First and 10 from the 7, come New York. I think Washington owns the tiebreaker on him. Go check Friday's episode for that. Gain of 3. Woodson on the tackle. In fact, I have the graphics package right here. Yes, Washington would get the nod over New York right now, as things stand now. So Washington must own the tiebreaker. Now let me get back to the game. Transition. Thank you very much. And let me get myself on the preview camera. Second and 7. The ball at the 10-yard line. Will go Odell Beckham Jr. on a medium slant. Incomplete. Third and 7. The ball at the 10. Now remember, they're throwing into up to a 10-mile-an-hour wind. Powell on the crossing route, on the short cross. Tittle was flushed out of the pocket, incomplete, and Tittle has started 0 for 2 on the day. So Len Younts goes back to punt it away. He's inside his goal line. Not a bad punt, and it is downed at the 46, a 44-yard return. Val Jansante will come in, and he'll be the primary tight end. He's 54 up here on the top of your screen. So, and he's already got a usage warning on him. He'll only catch the ball 4 times before he fatigues. So Pittsburgh, a little death trouble at tight end. Gain of 4. Strahan immediately hit him and followed up with the tackle behind him. Second and 6 from the 50. 6:36 left to go, opening quarter. A 5-yard gain. Taylor on the stop. I've been watching a lot of the Mets games on YouTube as of late, because I used to be a Mets fan back when they had a very good team back in the 80s, managed by Davey Johnson. Third and a yard at the 45. The throw is a completion to Val Genzante, a gain of 15 yards. And now they have Bettis under center. We'll watch for any kind of action here, to quote Pedro Morales. And Bettis, no gain. Of course, he would say that with a Hispanic accent. And me never have hearing him say it. I'm not going to try to mimic it. No gain. Second and 10, the ball at the New York 30. 4:21 left to go. And another incomplete pass. Roethlisberger off to a bad start. He's 3 for 6. So with the cold weather conditions, 32 degrees, passing's going to be at a premium. We'll have 5 games for you next week. No Monday night game next week, but we'll have 2 Saturday games, and we will play them each out, which I think is Atlanta, Tampa Bay, and Las Vegas, Denver. And they probably will have meaning to the playoff chase, 1st and 10 at the 18. Looking for Jansante, and that is incomplete. Second and 10, the ball at the 18. 2:43 left to go in the first quarter. And that's a strike. And that is a strike to Hines Ward, a gain of 14 yards. Ball at the 5. For a first and goal at the 4. And that is Bettis. Bettis, no gain. I'm sorry, not Bettis, but John Henry Johnson. His 4th carry of the day. He has 7 yards in total. Second and goal at the 4. Minute 48 to go. That's a touchdown to Antonio Brown. And he is exchanging pleasantries that aren't so pleasant with the New York crowd. Keep your pants on, Antonio. I don't think anybody wants to see your rear end, okay? And the kick is good by Gary Anderson. Well, Randy Moss threatened to do that once, many, many years ago, and it got Joe Buck all roiled up. 7-0 Pittsburgh leading after the Anderson extra point. He was thinking that Moss was actually going to moon when he didn't moon, and he was going, "That's a disgusting act." Christie, Sanders, and Glenn back deep. Like, Joe, did you really have to point that out? I think everybody could figure out what that was, even kids. But he actually didn't do it. He mimicked doing it, but he never did it. Anderson kicking off. But it got Joe Buck all mad, so at least something was gained out of it. And that's a touchback and the ball out to the 20. Barber, trap right. And that is no gain. Hayward on the stop. 2nd and 10. We'll go Beckham Jr. on a medium hitch. And Tittle cannot fire a strike to save his life right now. 0 for 3 for 0 yards. We'll put a man in motion. All he needs is a pair of wheels. And we'll try Powell this time on a medium pass. 3rd and 10. I think that's Beckham going into motion. And Tittle on the mark that time. A gain of 17 yards. And that'll do it for the opening quarter. And your score is 7-0. 19 plays, 79 yards, 10 rushes for Pittsburgh. New York has 9 plays, 25 yards, and 5 of their plays rushes. So the ball's at the 37. Now New York will have the wind advantage for the next 30 minutes of playing time, next 2 quarters. Tiki, off tackle left side. Oh, he stuffed at the line. In fact, he lost a yard. Jack Lambert making the tackle on him. We'll go over the middle to Odell on 2nd and 11. And he could not find Odell. Blunt was draped all over him, but the officials were looking, and they're going to keep their flags in their pockets. 3rd and 11. Medium out to Beckham. Make him earn his pay. And he caught it and gained a few more yards, a gain of 17. Tucker, the tight end, his return doubtful. So Jeremy Shockey is going to enter the game. And he'll do some blocking and some pass catching. And he's not a bad target to throw to. Trap left Tiki on 1st and 10 at the Pittsburgh 47. The Giants trailing 7-0. 5-yard gain for Tiki, who now has 5 carries and 11 yards. Powell and Shockey are the tight ends. In fact, let's try to find Jeremy here on 2nd and 5. And that instead was a check down to Tiki Barber, who gained 7 yards. Had a game earlier this season that we covered where he rushed and received for 100 yards. 1st and 10 at the 35. Trap left Tiki. And he will gain 2. Donnie Shell tweaked his ankle. They're looking at him, but he will stay in the game. 2nd and 8, the ball at the 33. And we're going to screen to Tiki. Riki, Tiki, Tiki. Tittle is forced out of the pocket. And that was a terrible throw to him, but it got him in the area of Barber, so there was no intentional grounding called. How about George Sauer on a slant? But Pittsburgh playing short tight. We're going to turn that to a hitch to Beckham. And hope he can bend one like Beckham. He caught it. Nice gain of 18 yards. And this has been a good drive for the Giants. 11 plays, 65 yards, and it's taken 4 minutes and 46 seconds of time. Barber, trapped left. And he will gain 5 yards. And even against the steel curtain, New York not having too much trouble running the ball. We'll go Mel Triplett on a dive, and he'll gain the 1 yard that he lost on his first carry. Hampton now tweaking his knee, and they're going to take him out, at least for the time being. So in comes Ernie Stauntner out of Boston College to replace him. 3rd and 3. We're going to go dive with Tiki. And Tiki, did he get the first? He just got it, barely. So it's 1st and goal at the 5. And we will go back to Tiki, even though he's getting tired. Off tackle, left side. No gain. Barber's going to stay in one more play, apparently. We'll go play action short to Beckham. And that is incomplete. 3rd and goal. And we will go to, how about Powell on the short pass? 3rd and goal from the 5. Oh, knuckleball. Even with the wind, it kind of floated a little bit. That is an incomplete pass. 4th and goal from the 5. This is a sure shot for Mike Nugent, which he gets. It's 7-3 with 8:14 left to go. That was, let's see, how many plays? 18 plays, 75 yards, took half of a quarter, 7:49. So a little more than half of a quarter. Woodson back deep for Pittsburgh, and that's going to be a touch. 1st and 10 from the 20, 8:14 left to go in the half. And that is Antonio Brown up the middle when he had a little bit of room, gained 12 yards. Heath Miller back in the game now. 1st and 10 from the 32. And this is Bettis chugging it up for 2. Lawrence Taylor, which I believe is the first time I have called his name. He makes the tackle. 2nd and 8 from the 34, and New York was not ready. They call time, and that leaves them with 2 timeouts left, each team with their challenge. 7:02 left in the half. John Henry Johnson, gain of 14. Bettis was injured and will be out the remainder of the game, so in comes Franco Harris. He will wear 32. 1st and 10 at the 48. He's out of Penn State. And Franco acting like he's been there before. A gain of 12 yards. Sam Huff on the tackle for the Giants. 1st and 10. The ball at the 40 now of New York. Pittsburgh looking for points. Deep ball. Incomplete. Looking for Hines. Ward could not hang on. Glenn providing interesting timing on a hit there. 2nd and 10 from the 40. And this is Franco Harris with a 5-yard gain before Harry Carson can bring him down. 3rd and 5, 5:36 left. Pittsburgh 9 and 7. Been saying all along, I think 10 and 8 might be a good enough record to make the playoffs. And Harris dropped that pass. So it's 4th and 5 at the 35. They are not going to try the field goal. I'll watch for a fake punt here. And Jimmy Orr, oh, that's a terrible punt. That is Charles Barkley terrible. An 8-yard punt. Just 8 yards, and New York's going to get field position they didn't deserve at their own 27 with 4:54 left to go in the half. They trail now 7-3. Tiki Barber, trap left. And we have a marker.
Offsides, defense. Number 75, 5-yard penalty.
So on that, it was Green, Mean Joe Green, committing an offsides penalty. And that is the first penalty we have had all game. At least the penalty that has been accepted. 4:40 left to go. I know this because it's the first time I took a swig of water. I always seem to take a swig of water when there's a penalty called. Trap right, Barber, 1st and 5. And he'll gain a little bit, just short of the first down. And you know what I think? It's da-da-da-da-da-da-bamba time. Play action, and we'll go to Odell Beckham Jr. Number 13. There goes the throw from Tittle, but it's incomplete. Tucker back available at tight end for New York. But now it is 3rd and inches. Barber up the middle, and he'll get the first. Gain of 2. First and 10 from the 39. We'll go screen to Mel Triplett. Incomplete. Set up second and 10. Beckham Jr. over the middle. And he's got it this time. That's a gain of 16. That gain gives him 1,000 yards on the season on his 69th catch. First and 10, the ball at the Pittsburgh 45. 2:46 left until halftime. Barber on the screen pass, and we have a marker down. So check that
Pass
one out.
interference, offense.
Oh!
Number 21, 10-yard penalty.
They're saying Tiki Barber pushed off before he made the catch and was able to get a nice gain. So that is going to set up, let's see, that's 10 yards, and I think a loss of down will be second and 20. No, it's first and 20. You do not lose the down on pass interference. You lose the down on intentional grounding. Trap left Barber. As Pittsburgh might be playing back, and they gained 8 yards. 2-minute warning, 1:51 to be precise, left in the first half. And it is still Pittsburgh 7, New York 3. New York with 2 timeouts, Pittsburgh with 3. Powell, medium fly, second and 12. And he's got it, and that's a nice one. Gain of 20. First and 10 at the 27. And we'll keep the clock running here. Go no huddle. And we'll put Tiki to work up the middle. And he gained nothing. In fact, he lost the yard, so New York will call time. They have 1 left with 1:24 left in the half. Beckham, medium out. Second and 11 from the 28. Tittle was flushed out of the pocket. And a high throw, very lucky that Pittsburgh did not pick it off. How about a screen to Barber on third and 11? And it goes his way. Now, he's going to be short of the first. A gain of 6. And New York's going to kick a field goal, but they're going to let the clock run to minimize the time the Steelers get. Nugent will try one from 39 yards to make it 7-6. And he's done it. So that drive went 12 plays, 51 yards, took 4:25 off the clock. And your new score is now Pittsburgh 7, New York 6. Woodson back deep. And that's a yard deep. And it was returned to the 12, a return of 13 yards. First and 10 from the 12. We have 14 seconds left. And Big Ben's not even going to risk the biscuit. He's going to take a knee. New York ran all of its timeouts out, so they can't stop the clock. So we will go to halftime. Your score, Pittsburgh 7, New York 6. And I will be back before you know it. This is the Big Paulie's World of Sports Sims YouTube channel. Hello everybody, Big Paulie coming to you, getting ready to start the second half of play between Pittsburgh and New York. Score is 7-6 in favor of the Steelers, who came in 9-7 with 2 games left. Everybody has 2 games left at this point. New York is 12-4. In a dogfight right now to win the East with the Washington Commanders. So New York will get it to start the second half, I beg your pardon. Pittsburgh has run 27 plays, 123 yards, 15 of them rushes. New York, 33 plays, 139 yards, 17 of their plays have been passes. So a little unusual for the games I do. Christie, Sanders, and Glenn back deep, and here's your kickoff. New York with the wind advantage for the third quarter, but Pittsburgh will have it for the fourth. Christie returning that 33 yards out to the 36. We'll go Barber and sweep the leg. No, sweep left. And Barber did not gain much. In fact, Lambert dragged him out of bounds rather rudely. No gain. And it'll be second and 10 from the 36. So we'll try Barber again. This time a pitch to the right side. And this time a little better for Mr. Barber, a 7-yard gain. We'll go play action medium here on 3rd and 3, and we'll look to Art Powell. And with Pittsburgh playing short tight, this might work. In fact, it did work. Gain of 17 for Art Powell. That is his 3rd catch of the day for 54 yards. Try a triplet on a screen. But actually, again, Pittsburgh playing short tight, so we're going to go long fly to Beckham. See if they can outbeat the coverage. No, incomplete. Tittle has not had a good day. He has not been playing regularly. Charlie Connerly has been subbing for him a bit. He is 8 for 19, 118 yards. Dive for Barber on 2nd and 10. And he'll gain a little chunk, 4-yard gain. Hampton on the tackle. So now it's 3rd and 6. 3 wideouts, so that brings George Sauer, and we'll go to him on a short hitch. And it works. Gain of 11. Hampton hurt on the play. He had just come in. And the thinking was he was going to be out the remainder of the game, and Ernie Stauntner will be in. Well, he came in, injured his knee again, so that's it for him for the time being. Bill Dudley is your defensive back when they go go to the 3rd wide receiver. How about triplet? We haven't gotten a pass his way. Let's try it with a screen here, which is what we were trying to do initially. And he's got the catch. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. He's down to the 8. A 17-yard gain for Mel Triplett. And it's 1st and goal from the 8. And the Giants will see if they can pound it in again. It's Tiki Barber looking for their first touchdown of the game. And Barber that time a 4-yard effort. And we'll pitch it right to Tiki on 2nd and goal from the 4. Can Barber find the paint? And he does. Touchdown, Giants. So that makes it 12-7. And we will go for 2. And we're going to go to Barber again on a dive. And the 2-pointer will score. So give Barber 8 points on that touchdown. It's 14-7. I'm just thankful we don't have 3-point conversions in the HTFL. 9:47 left, 3rd period. Woodson back deep for Pittsburgh, and now Pittsburgh trailing for the first time in the game. They take it at the 20. And that is...
Encroachment defense. Number 99, 5-yard penalty.
They get Gastineau for encroachment, so whatever happened on that pass, which was an incompletion, doesn't matter. 1st and 5 at the 25. It's Big Ben looking for Brown, not to be. 2nd and 5, the ball at the 25. And this is to Hines Ward, a gain of 9 yards, and that moves the chains. 1st and 10 at the 34. 14-7, Giants leading. After the touchdown and the 2 by Rondé Barber. 2-yard gain there for Harris. Carson pancaking him. Harris so far today, 3 carries, 19 yards. 2nd and 8 from the 36. Looking for Ward, but overthrowing. And it's 3rd and 8 at the 35. Roethlisberger is now 7 for 15. 69 yards and 1 touchdown. Over the middle to Antonio Brown, and the chase is on to get him. 20, 10, 5, book it. House call, Pittsburgh. And it's 14-13 as Antonio Brown goes 64 yards. And Tampa Bay fans are throwing up in their beer. 14-13. The extra point good for Gary Anderson, not Gary Peterson. Your score now dead even at 14 up. 7:45. That did not take Pittsburgh long to score. 2 minutes and change. The last digit is cut off, so it was something between 2 minutes even and 2:09. Christie back deep for New York. And we have a dandy of a game developing here, my friends.
Illegal block. Receiving team.
Tennell called for an illegal block. That backs New York all the way back to their 7. Barber on a dive just to give him a little elbow room, but Pittsburgh playing short tight, so we're going to go medium fly to Beckham. Good protection and a catch there by Odell. A gain of 17. Had 102 yards against Tennessee last week. Today he has 4 catches for 68 yards. Up to that moment, 1st and 10 at the 24. We're going to go Barber and we're going to go trap right. And that's a gain of 3. Screen to Barber on 2nd and 7. And he catches it. And he didn't gain much. He lost a yard, in fact, and the crowd booing. Jack Ham making the tackle. That sets up 3rd and 8. Ball to 25. 26, I beg your pardon. Tucker. A man in his dreams. Short hitch to him. He's 38 on the top of your screen. Instead, they go to Sauer, and he gained 6. He needed 8, though. So Len Younts will try to bounce one over the head here of Woodson. And he doesn't achieve that goal, as that's a 12-yard return for Woodson. The punt went 46 of the net. Was 34 yards. Now here comes Pittsburgh. It's a dead even game at 14 all, but they just hit a big play to tie the game with Antonio Brown. 1st and 10 at the 34. The give is to Franco Harris, who gains 2. Lawrence Taylor on the tackle for the Giants. 4:30 left to go. Big game for New York, too, as they try to keep pace with the Washington Commanders, who lead the East Division on the tiebreakers on the head-to-head against New York. Back when New York was struggling, that was a pass to Harris, 8 yards, and the first down. 1st and 10 with 3:42 left in the 3rd. Quick throw to Antonio Brown, who gains 6 yards. Brown now has 4 catches for 86 yards on the day. 2nd and 4 from midfield. It is Brown again, a catch of 10, so he's closing in on that hundo. 5 catches for 96. He needs a catch of 4 yards, or catches totaling more than 4 yards to get to that hundo mark, 100 yards. John Henry Johnson, no gain. That was his 6th carry, 21 yards on the day. 2nd and 10. The ball is at the 40. With 1:39 left now in the 3rd. The throw, looking for Ward, overthrown. Glenn leaped up to try to get the INT, but not to be. 3rd and 10, ball at the 40. I think Pittsburgh needs a little more yardage for a field goal. And that time they were going to Antonio Brown, but Darrell Revis providing good coverage for the Giants. He used to play for the Jets back in the day. So with 4th and 10, the ball at the 40. I'm going to do punt
Ball
return
start.
safe.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat. 4th down.
Okay, so that's for 4th and 15 at the 45 now. I'll still watch for a safe punt return. And another bad punt by Jimmy Orr. He had an 8-yard punt earlier to the 20, I think it was the 27 or 28. And now he has had an 18-yard punt. See if we can get stats on Orr. Well, we can't using this. And let's see. Let me just check the box score real quick. I want to check the punting average of Mr. Orr. Orr's average right now is 20.7. Ouch. Okay, back to the game. I said back to the game. 1st and 10 at the 27 for New York. 41 seconds to go. Last few plays we will get a wind advantage. So I'm going to throw a bomb to Beckham. Go La Bamba. Watch 13 here. Can he get loose? No, it's a check down to Tucker, an 8-yard gain. will hurry and will try the bomb again to Beckham. And Tittle lets this go, and Beckham could not come up with it. And that'll do it for the third quarter of play. With 15 minutes left and 1 quarter to go, unless we go to overtime, your score is 14-14. Pittsburgh 39 plays, 224 yards. New York 48, 236. 26 of their plays passes. 21 of the 39 Pittsburgh plays have been passes. And try saying that real fast without getting a word screwed up. So, okay, 3rd and 2. We'll go Barber over the middle on a dive. And he got the first down. Pick up a 4. And Jack Ham made the tackle. We will go... Well, I don't want to go to Barber. We'll go Odell Beckham on a short cross. And he got it. And did he get his nose up, get the nose of the ball over that first down line?
Upon further review, the runner was stopped short of the first down. No timeout will be charged.
Well, the officials initially say yes, but then a challenge by Pittsburgh overturns the call, so it's 2nd and inches. But see, that's fine because I'll do the play action La Bamba to Beckham again. And this may work. Watch 13. Can 13 get open? And this time the answer is yes. And that is 6 points. Touchdown Giants. Odell Beckham Jr. with 129 yards on the day. Tittle is now 16 of 28 after the poor start. 237, 1 touchdown. Giants will kick for the single, and they get it. 21-14 is your new score. 13:58 left to go in the fourth quarter. Woodson, Chandwa, and Dudley back deep for Pittsburgh. And Woodson took that, I think that was about a yard deep. And something happened here. It was a fumble. Hammered by Johnson, and he fumbled, pounced on by Webster. So nearly a perilous situation for the Steelers there. 1st and 10 at their own 34. 21-14, Giants lead. Incomplete. And that was a pass intended for John Henry Johnson. 2nd and 10 at the 34. The throw, incomplete. Hines Ward, 2 drops today. 3rd and 10, the ball at the 34. That is another incompletion. Taylor draped all over Harris. So on 4th and 10, Pittsburgh will punt, much to the joy of the Giants. And Tennell, a 2-yard return on a 43-yard punt, a 41-yard net. So Barber's going to get it. He has 20 carries and 61 yards. We'll track right with him. No gain. A lot of pressure on that Pittsburgh defense to keep this close. Sweep left Barber. And this time Barber will pick up 6. 3rd and 4. And we'll go screen to Barber. And can Barber get the first down? Oh, yes. Gain of 10. And for Barber, that's his 4th catch of the day, 22 yards. Tittle is now up to 17 for 29, 247. Okay, there we go. Just getting a little mark off of my screen here, my computer monitor. And on 1st and 10 from the 41, we'll go back to Barber on a dive. And he will gain 5 yards. 3 wide, 10:58 left, and New York's slowing it down already. Slant to Beckham on 2nd and 5. Tittle's going to run, and did he get the first? He did. Gain of 6. So another good scramble for Yulverton Abraham Tittle. 1st and 10 at the 48 of Pittsburgh. How about Triplett on a dive? Just in case they're keying on Barber. There's Triplett, a nice gain for him. 15 yards. And Troy Polamalu making the tackle there. of his flowing dark hair. Dive for Tiki Barber on 1st and 10 from the 33. And they're gaining the tough yards now. That's a gain of 6. Jack Ham on the tackle. And that makes it 2nd and 4. The ball is now at the 27. Barber getting a little tired, but we're going to give him the screen anyway. And that is incomplete. 7:24 left. Pittsburgh in trouble because the Giants are in field goal range. We'll go Odell Beckham over the middle. And that is incomplete. So they'll try the field goal attempt. Nugent from 44 into the wind, and he pushed it right. No good. So the Steelers, with 7:13 left in the fourth, trail by 7, 21-14. We'll see what happens here. 1st and 10 at the 34. John Henry Johnson, a gain of 2. Michael Strahan knocked him out of bounds, and rather rudely. 2nd and 8 from the 36. This is a give to Johnson, a possible fumble. And that is scooped up by Patton. A return of 24 yards. And New York is in business at the 14 of Pittsburgh. A huge defensive play there for the Giants. Barber, inside run. Pittsburgh loses. We'll have to check and see what Houston and New England do this week. We'll have Houston and Tampa Bay for you Wednesday, Lord willing, and if my creek doesn't rise, on this channel. 2nd and 9 from the 13. That could be an interesting game, considering it was what a heart-stopping thriller when they played on this channel a few weeks back, and the Bucks came back from behind, winning it on a nice comeback. Tiki Barber trapped to the right side. He will gain 4 yards. And Barber at 83 on 26 carries. 3rd and 5. I think the Giants will just play it safe and run Barber to the outside here. And he is trapped behind the line by Hayward. A 3-yard loss. 4th and 8 from the 12. So that once again they'll bring in Mr. Nugent. Don't call him Ted. And this is a 72% chance of success from 29 yards out. And this time he is dead. Solid. Perfect. Bullseye. 24-14 in favor of the New York Giants. Got to throw that bullseye in for the late, great Jim Carvelis. Used to call the Cosmos games for the USFL. Did a little basketball, and if anybody hit an outside shot, he would go bullseye. Woodson back deep along with Chandwa and Dudley, but I think I remember him as being the announcer for the New York Cosmos when they had Pelé. Woodson, a 21-yard return out to the 23. And Pittsburgh calling out all the reinforcements. Levon Bell will be in at running back. John Stallworth and Buddy Dio coming in. So they need to score and score quickly. 3:46 left to go. Incomplete. Somebody we can hear down below us, the press box here at MetLife Stadium, already has Willie Nelson on full blast and saying, "Turn out the lights, the party's over." 2nd and 10 at the 23. Yeah, let's see. That's a gain of 11 for Bell. Patton on the tackle. A 1st down for Pittsburgh. New set of downs. Gain of 4 yards. Type Willie Nelson, the party's over, into YouTube. See what you get. 2nd and 6 at the 38. And that is a gain of 2 for Bell, and Taylor pushing him out of bounds. So there are country fans in New York. And that's a gain of 6. My mother and my aunt would listen to New York country stations, believe it or not. So it was a thing. 1st and 10 at the 46 as Pittsburgh moving the ball up the field very slowly. Another 2-yard gain for Bell, who now has 2 catches for 4 yards, 2 carries for 15. 2nd and 8 at the 48. This is incomplete. Looking for Buddy Dial. 3rd and 8 now at the 48. That is incomplete, looking for Buddy Dial. 4th and 8 at the 48 might be the last chance of the game for Pittsburgh. And did Bell get to the first down? Yes, he did, just barely. And I can't challenge the spot. 1st and 10 at the New York 44. Hold on a moment, folks. I got a cough. 1st and 10 at the 44. 2:14 left to go in the fourth quarter. Now we have some fans dialing up their iPhones and are playing Another One Bites the Dust by Queen. 2nd and 10 at the 44. We got all kinds of musical interests here. And that's a catch for John Stallworth for 15 yards and a first down. Big Ben now, 16 for 33, 190 yards and 2 touchdowns. We crossed the 2-minute warning threshold, 1:57 left, each team with all 3 timeouts left. But Pittsburgh does not have a challenge. 1st and 10 at the 29. We have a marker just as the play was initiated.
Defense. Number 73, 5-yard penalty.
1st and 5 now from the 24. Steelers need 2 scores, mind you. Either one of them helps their cause here. That is Buddy Dial with a 15-yard gain, Patton on the tackle, and Pittsburgh finally uses their first time out of 3. 1st and goal from the 9. Roethlisberger throwing and an incompletion. Looking for John Stallworth. 2nd and goal from the 9. 1:42 to go. Incomplete, but
Pass interference. Defense. Number 56, 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
So they get LT for the PI. 1st and goal from the 4. We have 1:39 left. Incomplete. Pittsburgh still with 2 timeouts, so they could, if they do not have to use any more, they could make the Giants' next offensive possession interesting. And that is a touchdown for Antonio Brown, his 2nd of the day. Actually, no, his 3rd of the day. 6 carries, 6 catches, 100 yards, 16.7. They'll try the point after. Anderson, good. 24-21, 1:29 left. We watch for the onside kick. And it's going to be close, but Joe Morris with the recovery. Played on that grade 86 New York Giants team. But Pittsburgh still has 2 timeouts. Barber. Dive play on 1st and 10 from the 44. A gain of 4. Barber is at 84 yards on the day. We'll go triplet. Play safe. Dive. And what do we have? Do we have a fumble? Not only do we have a fumble, Donnie Shell picked it up and took it all the way. Miracle at the Meadowlands Redo. Except it's not the Eagles, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Donnie Shell is going to be Pittsburgh's favorite son. And we did put the play safe in. Mel Triplett fumbled. The ball bounced right into the arms of Donnie Shell, and Shell went in untouched. Unbelievable turn of events. 27-24. And the extra point good for Gary Anderson. It's 28-24. And if you told me, say, 2-3 minutes ago that this was going to happen, I would not have believed you for all the tea in China. So Christie back deep. Unbelievable. This is going to be a short kickoff. And this is Weinmeister picking it up from the 32 to the 39. Now, the Giants still have 3 timeouts left. They have a 1st and 10 at the 39. And they can go over the middle 3 times if they want. Slant to George Sauer on 1st and 10. And he's wide open. He'll be picked up 15 yards. He's down to the Pittsburgh 46. And the Giants will call their first timeout. We're going to go Beckham over the middle. No, we're going to go on a medium out to him. See if he can find the corner. Penalty.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 47, automatic. First down.
So they get Mel Blunt for pass interference. 1st and 10 at the 33. We still have 25 seconds to go. Powell, long out. But Pittsburgh playing deep and loose, so we're going to slant it to Powell over the middle. 25 seconds, still plenty of time. And Powell with a catch inside the 20. A gain of 16. And of course the Giants will call timeout here with 18 seconds to go. Okay, so we'll go medium out to Odell Beckham. First and 10, 17-yard line. Beckham's got it, and he's got a touchdown. What a dramatic turn of events again. Odell Beckham Jr. could run for mayor of New York. And the Giants avert a possible disaster, scoring 29 seconds. 29 seconds is all it took. There'll be 10 seconds left. And they'll kick the extra point, and Nugent will hit it. It's 31. What an incredible last 39 seconds of this game. And we're not even done yet. It's 31-28. Woodson back deep, and Nugent's going to kick it deep. Trying to burn some time off the clock. How much time is left? 6 seconds. Okay, Pittsburgh's got the last chance. 3-1. Deep zone. Prevent. What an incredible finish to this. And a sack by Mark Gastineau. He's going crazy. MetLife Stadium is going crazy. The Giants pull a victory from the jaws of defeat. 31-28. After an incredible last couple of minutes there. And Tittle took the MVP honors. And Giants had 405 yards. All their trips to the red zone were perfect, except they kicked 2 field goals. Pittsburgh went 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. They ran 59 plays. The Giants ran 68. What a finish, folks. Tittle went 20 for 34, 295 yards, 2 touchdowns. Barber, 28 carries, 84 yards. We had Beckham with 7 catches, 146. That led both categories. We'll note Antonio Brown's game. He had 6 catches for an even 100. And Orr improved his average on that last punt to 26.3. Jack Lambert had the more tackles than anybody with 8. So your final was 31-28. The Giants winning an absolutely incredible game. It was 28, what was it? 24-14. And then they cut it to 24-21. And then there was that miracle touchdown for Donnie Shell. And we thought it was over. But none of the New York Giants thought it was over. They quickly go down the field. They get the win. They improve to 13-4 on the year now. And they will wait the result involving Washington. If Washington loses, then the Giants will be leading the East Division. Come back to us tomorrow. Not a decent game, but it was the best that I had out of the North Division this week. It's going to be Detroit and St. Louis. St. Louis still, if St. Louis loses, they will be out of the playoff chase for sure. Detroit playing for pride. And sometimes that's all you need. So I hope you enjoyed this game. What a thriller. 31-28, the Giants over Pittsburgh. We'll do it again tomorrow, Lord willing. And if the creek doesn't rise, Big Paulie coming to you. Godspeed, God bless. What a game. And we'll do it again soon. Bye-bye for now, everybody.